Get it, let's 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 get it. As one Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, checking in for a daily Move Swiftly thought, giving you a perspective on teamwork you will not get anywhere else. Let me get into it. Let me get into this. Giannis, recent Giannis news, recording this May 2nd, 2025. Giannis was in the news after the Indiana Pacers eliminated him, but the story was all about what happened after the game. And, you know, Tyrese Halliburton's father comes and, you know, really first of all, let me just start off by saying all this. This entire couple weeks, but all the way dating back to when LeBron approached Stephen A. of the game, it has been absolutely an embarrassment, a fucking embarrassment. It has been an embarrassment on black male leadership, specifically black male leadership. As a black male leader, it's been a fucking embarrassment that these are the people that represent the very race and gender that I am. It's been a fucking embarrassment from LeBron approaching the one guy. And again, I'm a LeBron fan, but he's approaching the one guy when you have an entire group of people that he had never approached, never said anything about, that were way more critical about his son being on the Lakers. You had that situation take off and go absolutely bonkers, break the fucking internet, to Shannon Sharpe, the main one of the faces, one of the people that built bridges, opened up opportunities, screamed and cried about how black men were victims. Now you're dealing with your fucking situation, which is an embarrassment, and it's an indictment on all of us that are trying to do the right thing on camera and have real authentic conversation, have real conversations that's gonna put us in a better place. And then you have the damn crybabies that are crying because a fucking Shedeur Sanders doesn't go number one or doesn't go in the first round, one of the few kids, and you completely ignore the fact that for the past 2 years, the NFL has taken black quarterbacks, both, and don't forget about Jayden Daniels too, but all three who are head top down had better resumes than Shedeur Sanders. They don't get that love. You only give it because it's somebody that you feel comfortable with, because you like his father. It's been a fucking embarrassment when it comes to black male leadership, and it's been absolutely horrendous to watch. I'll just start off by saying that, because seeing Tyler Hausberg's dad, you know, again, and I get that he apologized for doing what he did. So what he did is the Indiana Pacers, they beat the Milwaukee Bucks, and instead of his ass going and celebrating with his son, he did, and I watched the whole video. I wanted to make sure I watched the whole thing because this was his natural reaction. This is what he did on purpose. So the apology that he gave on Twitter and all that bullshit, that to me, that doesn't really mean anything. You only gave the apology because it became a story and became public, and you wanted to save face and all that other bullshit. But what you did, you meant that mess. You actually meant it. Instead of going and celebrating with your son for winning a huge playoff game, you decide intentionally to look at Giannis, to go see Giannis, pull out a towel and stick it straight up his ass. Twist the knife and twist the knife and twist the knife, as opposed to going and celebrating with your son. That's the kind of black male leadership that is a fucking embarrassment. Just a straight up embarrassment. And this is why, again, I'm so appreciative of what Giannis did. I'm so appreciative of the fact that Giannis actually said something, because that's who I'm telling my nephew to look up to. See, the thing about this, and the wonderful thing about having these platforms and having the opportunity, or sports in general. That's the beautiful thing about sports. And actually, one of my mentors, my virtual mentor, shout out to Dre Baldwin, who said this, and he does live streams every morning, I believe, Monday through Friday every morning. I think he starts around 8 a.m. Sometimes I get a chance to catch it because I'm not doing my live. I do my live streams Monday through Friday as well, but I start at 7:15. So sometimes the majority of times I don't have the chance to catch it live, but I'll try to catch the replay when I can. And he had addressed the Shedeur Sanders situation, and he said it like this. He said it just like this, and I want to repeat it because it's worth repeating, and it's something I've said on multiple occasions too. Here's the beautiful thing about sports, is when you play sports, we all see what happens. All right, it's the ultimate meritocracy. You have to actually be good enough to compete and to stay relevant in sports. You actually have to be able to play, and which is why I'm so damn appreciative of what Giannis did, and the fact that he didn't let that situation slide. He didn't just let it go. He actually said something. He spoke on camera. One of my favorite moments was when he said, "Hey, I won a championship. I've done it. I've been to the mountaintop. They didn't." And when he won that championship, if you recall, his championship meant more because he stayed in that small market. He stayed with the team. He stayed loyal to the team. He said said it in his press conference. He said, that's easy. That's easy. You know, you go jump to another team, jump to a big market, and you go win a championship. That's easy. All right. You remember when he got the trophy? He said, we fucking did it. We fucking did it, man. We fucking did it, man. We fucking did it. That's why I want, like, you know, again. So for me, when it comes to my nephew or any other young kid that's looking up to me, I'm more pointing them in the direction of looking up to Giannis, because that's what it's all about. It's all about how your character is off the court. And if you recall what he said was so profound after the game, the press conference, and the way he addressed it. He goes, look, I know that, you know, there's a situation where some people think it's licensed to talk shit after you win a game. That's bullshit. You know, win your game, go celebrate with your son, and move on, shake hands. That's what you're taught as kids. But you have a grown-ass man. There's another thing that I wanted to make sure I address, because, you know, again, I talk about the White Oak Warriors quite a bit, and one of the things that we had to deal with was grown-ass men. White Oak Warriors is the youth football team I played for. And one of the things that our coaches would point out all the time was the fact that it's one thing if you get little kids, you know, jabbing, throwing little shots or whatever. But when you get grown-ass men, grown-ass motherfucking men talking shit to little kids as if they're going to play, as if they're actually a part of it, that's where the embarrassment comes in. So I happy Giannis addressed it. I plead with you, I'm begging of you, all my real black male leaders, really take what we're seeing personally, because we spend half the time fighting this stereotype, you know, trying to overcome these fucking stereotypes that we see on TV, than it is like we spent all our time dealing with that, than it is, you know, building our businesses, recycling the dollars back into our communities, you know, helping our young people do what it is we want them to do. We spend half the time fighting our own people, fighting stereotypes. Not half the time, I'll say more like 85% of the time, to the point where we have very little bit left to actually be great husbands and to be great fathers. And then it's like, oh, now you got to compete with another ecosystem. That's the kind of bullshit I'm talking about. And that's what we have to overcome. Not here playing the victim role at all, just here pointing these things out, because that's why I decided, hey, I'm going to keep my distance from certain things and certain people, so I can, you know, have more to give back to the people that really are going to be beneficial to my future. That's what it's all about. All right. So all that being said, I'll dive deeper into all of this. Trust me, at some point. Main website to check out to dive deeper into all my work. It's makeyourmove.com. That's MakeYamove.com. One-stop shop for your teamwork and your self-development needs. As one, Crookshank, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker. Checking out. You guys continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.